Hi guys, Ian from Puma Boots here. We're going to break down a list of exclusive and limited release boots. We've got a whole bunch of boxes here. We're just going to pull them out the boxes. Matt, Blake, Cam, myself, we're going to tell you all about these boots in the collection, so stay tuned. There's a whole bunch of boots that are very limited in the world. You might have seen before, or you may have seen before. We're going to tell you a little bit more about them. Let's get straight into it with Matt.
So starting off our most limited edition boots, we have the Nike Tiempo Legend 5 Touch of Gold R10 boots. We have pair 423 of 3000, and these were of course inspired by Ronaldinho himself. We have that white base coat with some gorgeous gold metallic coin additions for the Nike swoosh, that chrome sole plate that has a gradient effect, and also some R10 branding on the fold over tongue. There's also a nice little Ronaldinho 10 sock liner in there, and these are a really gorgeous pair of boots that start off our list.
The next pair of boots we got for you were released in a pack with 1825 pairs. There were these, and they were part of the Adidas Revenge Pack. They were brought out to celebrate 20 years of the Predators, and the ones that we've got here are the Accelerator version and also the Mania version. Now, we do wear some of our boots. These Manias I actually had customized, and they've got soft ground studs on them now, so they're probably the only pair in the world that have that, and I have been wearing them, have been using them. They are a great boot. So they have a hybrid touch upper instead of a leather upper that was on the original Manias. They do have that kind of iconic heel that you remember from the Manias. The Manias originally came out in 2002, and then they were remade as part of this Revenge Pack. The Accelerators, they have that kind of design on the back that you'll recognise, and these are the type of boots that were worn by Zidane at the 1998 World Cup. These are the remakes. They've got that hybrid touch upper, and they also have that kind of transparent sole, which is kind of iconic to the Accelerators. Really lovely re-release from Adidas. 1825 pairs of each were available in the Revenge Pack.
And so the first two boots I'll talk about is the Golden Dream Hypervin Phantom and the Liquid Diamond Hypervin Phantom. Now the Golden Dream Hypervin Phantom was launched for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, and it was only worn by Neymar in the knockout rounds. He wore the standard World Cup edition in the group stages of the tournament for 3 games, and he wore these boots for about 3 games in the knockout rounds of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Overall, it's a very bold and bright colorway. It's one of my favorite colorways of all time. Got metallic gold coin, Volt yellow, and yeah, it's a really classic colorway, and it's inspired by Neymar as a kid, spray painting his boots when he was a child. He'd spray paint his boots, and the spray paint would come off immediately after his first game, and he just re-spray painted his boots, and that's sort of exactly what the Liquid Diamond boots are inspired about as well. They're pretty much metallic silver in color. You've got a bit of pink on the swoosh logo, a bit of Volt yellow on the sole plates and on the swoosh logos, and that same metallic gold coin on the tongue there. Overall, 2 very bright boots. The Liquid Diamond edition was launched at the start of 2015, and it was inspired by, he's got a really close relationship with his sister. He's got a diamond tattoo on his shoulder to sort of reflect his strong relationship with his sister, and that's what these Liquid Diamond boots are all about. The Hypervin Phantom itself is a very comfortable synthetic boot. The upper is now seen on the current Hypervin Phantom 2. Very high quality rubberized synthetic upper. The sole plates, that split toe nylon chassis. Very aggressive stud system. You've got conical studs on both of these boots. Very good in terms of agility. Overall, 2 really high quality options by Nike.
Now I'm kicking off with one of my favourite boots, and it is of course the Adidas X 16 Plus Pure Chaos in the Paris Pack colourway. Now this was released during the Euro 2016 tournaments, although it didn't receive that much attention on the pitch. Personally, this is one of my favourite colourways to date, and my favourite thing about this boot is the chrome blue and black sole plate. In fact, on all of Adidas's new models, I really like the chrome sole plate design. I think it's a good touch, and it also gives them that edge against the competitors.
So up next are a pair of boots very similar to the Ronaldinho boots, but inspired by Francisco Totti, the Nike Tiempo Legend 5 Premium Totti boots. Now instead of being white, these are more classic in black and have some really lovely chrome additions for the Nike swoosh, classic fold over tongue, and also on that sock line you have a Warrior logo with Totti's number 10 shirt incorporated into it as well. We have pair 821 of 3000, so a pretty limited edition, and these were released back in February 2015.
Now the next boot for me is the boldest colourway that I have in my collection, and for me it's one of the craziest designs of all time. It's of course the Mercurial Superfly 4. Now this was the last Superfly 4 release, and it was a compilation of 16 of the most iconic models from the past 18 years when the Mercurial was launched in 1998. For me, this is my favourite boot because from a young age I've always been a fan of the Mercurial. My first pair of boot was a Mercurial, and on this design there are timeless classics of boots that I used to wear as a kid, which is why this is one of my favourite pairs.
Next up, I want to talk about these, and these are the K Leather. They're part of the Pure Leather Pack Nitro Charges. A lot of you may already be aware, and if you're not, that I am a little bit obsessed with Nitro Charges. These were the K Leather ones, really like these. They didn't have the energy sling on them, or the mesh, but they were really nice. That had that sole plate with the energy pulse at the front, and I just really love the Nitro Charges, and these are a really super comfortable boot to wear. When I've worn them, they're just like wearing a pair of slippers. The other pair of boots I got were these Kevlars. Now, the Kevlars never were released, so we're talking about limited boots. These are certainly exclusive. They never went to general release. They ended up on the grey market after they didn't come out. I think it was back in February 2014, they were supposed to come out and it just didn't happen. And they have all those things. So they have the energy sling, they have the energy pulse, and they have all the kind of stuff you'd expect, but they've got a Kevlar upper. Doesn't mean that they're going to stop a bullet, but it does give that extra little bit of protection and durability in a boot. I'm still wearing these at the moment as well, and it's really interesting because I wore these and they feel like you're wearing a slipper, and I was a bit concerned about wearing these, thinking that they're not going to be as comfortable, but they are like super comfortable as well, so really strange. These were supposed to come out February 2014, never happened. You can find a pair, they're quite expensive on eBay because they're just so limited, they just don't really exist. And these, I think they were very limited as well. They didn't make a huge amount of these. I don't think Adidas actually said how many pairs they made in the Pure Leather Pack, but they came out in December 2014. Nitro Charges, I love them. What do you guys think?
And the next two boots we'll talk about are two Puma boots. So the Evospeed 1.2 Camo, released in August 2013, available 200 pairs worldwide, and the Evospeed 1.4 SL 3D Camo Edition. 500 pairs were available for this boot, so very, very limited in terms of these two boots. These boots here were worn by Aguero and were the first ever Evospeed 1.2 boots. So Aguero wore these for a couple of matches before the Evospeed 1.2 black sort of solar yellow edition came out. So this is a very sort of camo bold edition. You've got a polka dot design on the upper, pretty much from heel to toe. Not my cup of tea. A white base, white sock liners, white sole plates, and red on the stud tips and red laces. Overall, a very, very bright camo design. So Puma made this design to sort of hide the features of the Evospeed 1.2 Camo, so it came out roughly 2 to 3 weeks before the Evospeed 1.2 came out, and Aguero did wear it, as I did mention before. Overall, a very bold, pink, ugly design in my eyes. And on to the next pair is the Evospeed 1.4 SL Camo Edition. So this, like the Evospeed 1.2, was available 2 to 3 weeks before the Evospeed 1.4 SL dropped. So this is the lightest boot on the market right now. It weighs just over 100 grams, so 103 grams. So very, very lightweight. And Puma market this boot to last you 10 games. Some people have been wearing these boots and they have actually lasted more than 10 games. Overall, it's a very, very super lightweight design. Textile upper, very, very thin. Inner construction, a 3-heel stud system. Very, very lightweight. And Aguero did wear these ones as well as the likes of Marco Reus, Antoine Griezmann have been wearing the Evospeed SL2 boots.
Now on to a pair that you guys might not be too familiar with. It's actually a Puma King, but it's a Lothar Matthäus edition, and it's limited to only 25 pairs worldwide, and I was lucky enough to win a competition at Pro Direct Soccer to bag myself a pair of these. Now not only that, but these are actually hand signed by the man himself, and I've also got a little certificate marking my pair number, which I got 22 out of 25. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually attend the event in London to collect these, but my friend Jack Morgan did. For me, white leather is the best looking boot out there, and to have touches of black and gold I think gives the boot a really classy finish.
In March 2015, Adidas brought out their Tattoo Pack. These are their love and hate boots. Tattoo Pack, one player who was going to be the big headline of these, Luis Suarez, makes a lot of sense for he to be the one who's picking up the hate. So the differences between the two boots, they got this graphic on top of the F50. On this one it has kind of a menacing skull design, and that's the hate inspired ones. And then on this one it kind of has a more kind of, I think it's a rose and a lot more vibrant colours and stuff for the love ones. So you kind of either people love or hate your game, and Suarez was just the ideal guy to be representing these.
So the next two boots I'll talk about are both again made by Puma, the Evopower 1.3 Camo Edition and the MB45 Evo Accuracy boots. Now on to the Evo Accuracy boots. These boots were purely designed for Mario Balotelli. These boots were launched in March 2015, if I can remember, and at the time Brendan Rodgers wasn't picking Balotelli for Liverpool and he's struggling for game time, so this boot didn't really take off. And lots of online stores have actually struggled to sell these boots. It's got MB45 on the heels there. Nice sort of yellow, white and green design. Bit of a new sort of geometric pattern on those AccuFoam pads there. Onto the Evopower 1.3 Camo. Now this is a blue and white camo design. Came out roughly 3 weeks before the Evopower 1.3 launch design came out. And again, the Evopower 1.3, it's all about power, wide fitting shoe, gradual stability frame, slightly different from what we saw in the Evopower 1.2. AccuFoam pads on the off-center lacing region really helps to protect your feet when striking the ball. Overall, a very wide fitting shoe.
And so the fourth and final pair in my collection is of course another Nike Mercurial Superfly 4, but this time we've got it in the CL7 324K gold colourway. Now the boot was released exclusively on the Nike football app in January of this year, and it was made to commemorate Cristiano Ronaldo breaking the club's record for scoring 324 goals, I think. Anyway, the reason I love this boot so much is because the Vapor Free colourway that was an original of this was one of my favourite boots of all time, so to have it recreated onto my current favourite boot to wear was sort of like a dream boot. And also I love the black Gala shimmer, which I don't think shows up too well in this.
So topping our list of the most limited edition boots we have is a pair of boots that cost you over £1,200 on eBay, the Adidas Predator Eyes. Now these were released as the 20th anniversary celebration of the Predator boots, and there's rumoured to only be 34 pairs worldwide, and we have one of them. So these were inspired by the previous Adidas Predator Rapier boots. We have the iconic Predator Eyes on the toe box and also Predator text on the heel cup. Now these don't feature a fold over tongue, but alongside these Eyes boots there were the tongue version, which took inspiration from the Predator Accelerator and Predator Mania boots. So that wraps up our video of our most limited edition boots that we have. Please let us know your favourite in the comment section below, and also any limited edition boots that you may have that would feature in our list.